Birthing Dads.
Welcome back. In this video, we'll cover advocacy. An important role of the birthing dad is that of advocate, speaking up on behalf of your family to communicate your preferences.
When I say support your partner, it's not just about holding their hand and helping them breathe, but it's about if there's any warning signs that you're not sure of, it's about asking those questions on behalf of your partner about, why is the baby's heart rate dropping? And, all those sort of things. It's not to sit back and be silent. It's also to be an advocate for your partner and your unborn child. So you have every right to question some of the things that are happening. I've seen a lot of times in my time in midwifery and obstetrics, and you're there as an advocate for your wife who could be affected by some sort of narcotic or epidural, nitrous oxide, the laughing gas, and cannot always make decisions that are, done with a clear mind. So you really are there with a big responsibility, and I implore all the fathers out there to take that seriously.
Advocacy is about lending weight to your partner's view in case conversations with healthcare staff arise, when your partner is in her hormonal haze, say, or when medical interventions are proposed.
I think what we should try to do is to remove that sense of responsibility that a man has, that he needs to be in charge, that he needs to sort it out, that he needs to make sure that everything's okay. Yes, there is an opportunity to be an advocate, and it might be, I just need to let you know that she's got this pain or whatever it might be, or she's got this concern, so you can be a voice for someone. But you don't need to take over, or you don't need to take responsibility for that health care. You're there as a person, as a partner, as an expectant father. That's what your role is in that place. And you have a right to have an expectation that the people who are caring for you will do exactly that. Care for you, care for your partner, care for your baby.
Make sure you are able to talk to staff to ensure that your partner's wishes are met. A few points about advocacy include being able to discuss the transfer to hospital with midwives so you don't go too early. With her prior consent, answer questions on your partner's behalf. For example, when she's in active labour. Having an intimate knowledge of what she wants from your preparation of the birth goals and then representing those wishes.
Part of preparing for birth is to both be having that conversation about, what you're both hoping for birth. And really, when a woman is going through birth, it really is taking all her resources. So really the father becomes the advocate. He becomes the voice for the partner in terms of making sure and, ensuring that her needs and wishes are being met. So fathers in the birthing suite play a very critical role in terms of making sure that this is the birth that they both wanted, being proactive and asking questions.
Knowing your options and the evidence to support them. Helping to protect her privacy and dignity. It's not always an easy situation to advocate for your partner because the stakes are high and many of the decisions have consequences.
I think it's important she makes the decisions, but that you're helping them with the decisions. And allowing them to go with the flow of what the body's telling them, whether they need to squat or go on all fours or hop in the bath or the shower.
Advocacy is about discussing your family's perspective and negotiating your preferences.
I don't think that anything should preclude you from engaging in the conversation. You have things to say, you have observations to make, you may have read something or Googled something, and I actually think that the modern doctor or midwife needs to come to terms with that fact and not be uncomfortable with it. We don't need to be the authority. We don't need to be in charge. We don't need to know everything. I don't think that you want to feel anxious about expressing those things. And you do that in a respectful manner, then I think that the health professional should have enough professionalism and humility and their own sense of confidence to be able to respond to it. So I think it reflects more just good negotiation skills or good interaction.
Hospital staff are trying to keep you safe and follow hospital policy and procedures at the same time. This is not an easy job, and you will get the best outcomes if you remain calm and respectful at these times. One way of preparing for these conversations is to remember the BRAIN acronym, where B stands for benefits. Ask, what are the benefits of this procedure? R stands for risks. Ask, what are the risks of this procedure? A is for alternatives. Ask them if there's another way that this could be done. I stands for intuition. So see what your gut feeling tells you. And N is for nothing or not now. So ask them, what happens if we do nothing or we wait? To sum up, it's your role to chat to staff about your birth goals and to make the case that ensures they are followed.
Be the guardian of that space so that the oxytocin continues to flow. Be that one who, if someone's coming into the space, that dads are prepared to step up and be that gatekeeper. And that's crucial. Again, keeping mum in that oxytocin space and away from having to deal with anything else but being in the labour. A doula works around advocacy. Our recommendation is that once a client has put together a birthing plan or preference or wish list, is that we advocate for the plan. So if someone's in that space, then we always come back to that. And I encourage dads to come back also to the birthing plan or the wish list. And if that starts to deviate, that it's their job to ask why. How come we're going down this road? What will happen if we don't do anything? What would it look like in an hour if we don't, all of these questions, so that their voice is being used. And they're, again, the gatekeeper to the birthing space.
The next video presents some evidence related to early fatherhood. And before you press play, think about the following questions. What are you looking forward to? And what are you not looking forward to? How are you going to prepare for this? When they grow up, what would you like your children to say about you? How do you make sure that this happens? What impact does an involved father have on their children and on himself?